everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Coffee with a Career Coach. I am joined by a very special guest who I will let introduce themselves in just a moment. My name is Erica O'Toole, and I am the Associate Director of the CMU Career Development Center. And I have been doing these for a little while. And just recently, we decided to start bringing on some of our employer partners. So I'm very excited for this one. And just as we do every Coffee with a Career Coach and talk about what coffee we're having, I have Big B today. So usually I have Starbucks, but my lovely husband has a day off and brought me Big B. So I was really excited about that. So, Bill, I will go ahead and hand it over to you.
Well, thank you, Erica, and good morning, CMU. My name is Bill Stec, and I am the lead recruiter for Yo and Yo, which is a CPA and advisor firm. We're a Michigan-based firm, so I am the manager of recruitment and campus relations. So I travel around the state of Michigan, and I was just at CMU 3 times last week. So, Erica, it was like being at my second home.
Yes, it was great having you here. So, Billy, you kind of told us a little bit about the company, but can you tell me a little bit more about what the company does?
Yeah, so we consist of 4 companies within the firm. So we have the CPA and advisor side, which is our certified public accountants and advisors. So we have our tax service line, excuse me, our assurance service line, and our advisor service line. So we help all of our clients, mostly Michigan clients. We do serve some out of state with all of their financial statements and tax needs. Then we have our Yo Technology company. So we do a lot of sales with our products that we send off to the clients. And after we sell those products to those clients, we help manage those platforms with them. And then we also have our in-house technology that helps with all of the software needs with our staff accountants throughout our locations. Then we have medical billing and consulting. That's housed as well in our Saginaw office. By the way, our headquarters is in Saginaw. We have a total of 9 locations. I'll go over that in a moment. And then, so those medical billers, so we have coders, we got credential specialists, collection specialists. So one of the main clients that they serve is like our family doctor offices, making sure that they're coding their bills correctly and saving them money. And then we have our wealth management side. So with that, we work with a company called Avantex, which is our financial planners. So they work with our clients, but they also work with all of our staff within our firm with their 401k and retirement projections. So we have a great mid-sized firm company. Over 250 of us work here at Yo and Yo. Like I said, we have Saginaw as our headquarters. We have over 100 employees right in our Saginaw office, and that's where I'm based out of, is Saginaw office. We also have Elma, that's our closest location to CMU. We also have Midland, Flint, Lansing, Kalamazoo, Ann Arbor, and Auburn Hills. And our 9th one is Southgate, but that one's a satellite location. So we only meet clients there when we need to. We don't have any physical staff there all the time.
Okay. I'm really glad that you mentioned all the different areas, because I think a lot of times we look at specific companies and we think, okay, this is the only major that fits within that, or the only student that fits in within that. So, listening to all these different areas, I think can really kind of broaden a lot of people's minds on what Yo and Yo actually does.
Without a doubt, because everyone thinks of, a CPA firm, you only need accounting majors. Yep. But no, we need the IT. We also have a marketing division. We just rebranded. So that's another plug-in I want to do is take a look at our amazing new look of our company. We just launched it externally in the beginning of this year. And that coincides with our huge milestone birthday coming up this April. We're turning 100 years old here at Yo and Yo.
Very cool. That's awesome. So I think we kind of already went over this, but maybe you can just kind of list them off. What are the majors you're specifically looking to hire?
Well, obviously, our bread and butter right now is accounting. So we are always in need of our tax side, our assurance side, and advisor side. So we have openings in all of our locations. So all of those job opportunities are on Handshake. and of course on our main website at yoandyo.com. So even though they're on Handshake, I do want to mention this, Erica, because I know a lot of companies are like this. Even though you see the job posting on Handshake, we still need you to officially apply on our company website. So you're in our actual database so we can officially possibly offer you an interview and start the process from there. But we also need IT. So we are in need of network engineers and software engineers here out of our Saginaw office.
Awesome. So we talk a lot about in our office, obviously, resumes, cover letters. I know your background was in higher ed, so you're very familiar with the topic as well. And now in this new role. So what exactly do you typically look for on resumes or cover letters when you're looking to hire someone?
So I'm going to start with resumes. I mean, cover letters has been a thing, but I really don't take time to read those cover letters. So that's a good tip for you chips out there is resumes is the main thing I'm going to look at. And that rule of thumb has always been we take 30 seconds to look at your resume for the first time, and I will be able to determine if I want to bring you in for an interview over the phone, a virtual, or in person. So, what I'm looking for is one is your degree. What degree are you pursuing at your college? And then when are you graduating? So, are you graduating this May? So if it's this May, for example, or this December, I'm going to start looking at you for a full-time candidate. If you're going to be 2024 and beyond, I'm going to look for you as an intern or even as our summer leadership program. And I can go over that program in a moment. But then I'm going to look at all of what have you accomplished so far? What type of jobs do you currently have? What have you formally have had? Have you done any internships yet within your major? So did you do an accounting internship before? Even if you did not, that won't hurt you at all of your chances of getting an internship. That's just for me to see where you're at in your phase. But the other thing I'll really look at is your involvement outside the classrooms, the extracurricular activities, whether it be on campus student clubs, organizations. Are you a student athlete? What do you do in the community? Because that all helps us because we want that involvement because that builds your teamwork skills, your leadership skills, your time management skills. But most importantly, within our firm, we love to give back to the community. So we have a Yo Foundation. So if we see you're doing those things in the community, that's a great fit across the board.
And I think there's two things that I want to mention here. First of all, I love that you're emphasizing doing extracurriculars because we always emphasize that in our office as well. But I also think it brings into play the fact that we're always telling students, make sure you do your research on the company because knowing that you guys do so much community work and you value that, I think that's really beneficial for a student when they're walking up to you then to mention their involvement. So kind of twofold here, but two different things I think that are really important for students to realize.
Yes, because like for example, last week I was just at your employment fair. I get it if students come up to me and may not know exactly everything we're about because there's so many companies that they're going to go see and there's only so many you can see. But if you get invited to that interview phase on the next steps, that's when I really want them to do their homework and learn more about our company because that's a question I always ask is tell me what do you know about us? I don't expect them to know everything, but if I see that effort of them researching us, that goes a long ways.
Absolutely. And that actually is a perfect segue into my next question. Do you have any advice for students for the interviewing process?
Oh, how long is this talk show? No. So yeah, I know it can be intimidating. Just treat it as a regular conversation because I have always said this even when I was in higher education is interviews are a two-way street. So Erica, for example, if I'm interviewing you right now, yeah, I'm asking you questions to learn more about your background to see is this a great time for me to offer you an internship or a full-time job? But I want you to interview me as well. So you need to ask those questions. Tell me, what do you enjoy most about working for this company? Because you want to make sure this is a great culture fit for you. What do we do as a team? What do we do for the community? And what are the things that we do to grow our company? So that's stuff that you're going to want to know. But when it comes to other advice is ask questions. You can either ask questions throughout the interview, but mostly it's done at the end of the interview. But also, you want to tell your story. So tell me a little bit about yourself. That's a question you're going to probably get at the very, very beginning. But I can't tell you how many times I hear too many personal things from them that you shouldn't really need to say during the interview. The number one thing I get, Erica, is they tell me their age. I do not need to know their age. I cannot know their age. So please don't say your age. I don't need to know that you have two dogs, two cats, and you just broke up with your girlfriend. I mean, I would love to get to know you after I hire you, but I don't need to know all that during the interview.
Absolutely. Yep. And I've had very similar experiences in interviews. So I can definitely relate to that. So the other thing is when you're kind of going through the hiring process, whether it be before you bring them in for an interview or even, after the interview process, are you looking at an applicant's social media?
Yes. So we, as HR, we do have the right to look up people on social media. So the first thing I go to is their LinkedIn account. And that's another tip I'll give you, Chips, is after you meet with a recruiter like me or anyone else, you'll know our name, you'll remember who we are, but connect with us on LinkedIn. Then that's a way you can message with us as well. But I'm going to look at that profile on LinkedIn and I'm going to see more about you that I may not have learned off the resume. But I am also going to go online and also Google your name and look at you on Facebook and just see, what is there more about you out there. So yes, we do have the legal way of doing that. But mostly I go to LinkedIn first to see more about that student.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bill, we're kind of partnering up on an event coming up. And so I wanted to make sure that we mention this event.
Mm-hmm.
So could you talk a little bit about Suit Up for me?
It's one of my favorite events. So this is called the J.C. Penney Suit Up event, and now we got creative, and we're doing this as a regional partnership. So Central Michigan University, Northwood University, Delta College, and Saginaw Valley State University. We're all combining these schools to come to our Fashion Square Mall location in Saginaw because when I thought about this, it's like, there's no J.C. Penney anymore in Mount Pleasant or Midland. So I know there's the virtual option, but we're back in person. So let's have a nice gathering in our Saginaw location. It's not too far for any of us. So we selected the date for Saturday, March 18th, and it's going to be from 9 a.m. to noon at our Saginaw J.C. Penney in the Fashion Square Mall. You do not have to be there the whole time of those 3 hours. That's just the time frame. Yo and Yo will be there along with each of the schools. So especially you, Erica, and others will be there from CMU. We will have tables set up in that store of each school. And what happens is you come to that store, and if you come right at 9 a.m., by the way, JCPenney will only be open for the students from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The public can't get in. Then at 10 a.m., the doors will eventually open up to the public. But what happens is all of your professional dress attire clothing, including shoes and undergarments, are included in this discount. So, for example, let's say a men's suit is already going to be on sale for 40% off, let's say. Then you're going to get an additional 30% off. And it's not just for one item, it's anything in your shopping cart that's eligible for this. So I've seen students get almost $1,000 off on their transactions. It's wild. So that's that day. If you can't come, no worries. There is a text option. You'll see that on the flyer. So CMU, you guys have all those flyer information. Erica can supply that with you more. And what we're doing at Yo and Yo is I'm going to have some of my staff accountants there, and they're going to give the ladies and the guys advice on what to wear and not to wear during an interview, and then what to wear, what not to wear in the workplace. Because we also have like a dress your day policy. So you can wear jeans in the workplace, but they got to be nice, clean jeans, not with holes on them or anything like that. And also what to wear in an interview. So, and in front of clients when you're in the business environment. And each school, we're going to be giving away 5 $25 gift cards for those that come in person. So then if you're from CMU, you go to your CMU table and put your name in the CMU bowl. So that way I want to make sure 5 winners from each school win. something.
And we're very excited about this. So grateful that you organized it because the past couple years we've only had the online option, right? And
Yeah.
so being able to actually do this in person again is very refreshing and very exciting for us. And for all the CMU students out there, we do have that up on Handshake, so you can go on there, get all the information, and we do have a transportation option available if we get enough demand as well.
Well, that's awesome too that you guys are providing transportation.
Yeah. All right, so Bill, thank you so much, first of all, for joining me today. I always ask this at the end. Do you have any general advice for our students?
So one thing comes to mind that I have. So I talk obviously with other recruiters from other companies and such. And one thing that you students and alumni need to make sure you continue to do is you're going to get multiple offers because this job market is hot. And so what's going to happen is you got a big decision to make. And we understand you may not select me, for example, as the company of the offer I have given to you, but you don't want to ghost them. And that's something that's been happening lately. And so, what I mean by that, so let's say, Erica, I give you a job offer. I'm talking it over with you over the phone, but then I'm going to officially email you that official documents to sign. But then I don't hear from you. You have a week to sign that, but I'm not hearing from you. So, and if you end up doing that to companies, you could burn bridges because let's say, Erica, you apply 5 months later, I will have in my system notes that you just ghosted me. And so I may not want to take that route again because I don't want to have that problem happen again. So stay communicative with your company recruiters because let's say Erica chose a different company. Then 2 years from now, she decides maybe I want to give Yo and Yo a chance. But let's say she actually told me I'm not going to accept your offer. That's fine. 2 years from now, let's come back to the drawing board. Let's have a conversation. Now we still have that relationship going. So that would be one
Absolutely.
big advice I want to give.
Okay. And I mean, same thing too between companies, right? Recruiters talk to each other. So
Yes.
not only is it going to be a problem at that same company, but if you're burning bridges, it could follow
Mhm.
you to multiple companies.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. So always stay connected with us. I mean, we get it. We know there's so many opportunities out there. We want what's best for the students and alumni to choose the pathway they want to take, but we're always here as a mentor as well. So even like I'm working with 3 students right now who chose different firms than me. That's fine, but they're still communicating with me asking for advice because you never know what the future will bring.
Absolutely. And anyone that needs any help with that acceptance or declining, or even just to kind of talk it out, we're here for you in the Career Development Center to have those conversations as well. So feel free to go on Handshake and schedule with us, and we can kind of walk you through that process too. But communication is huge for sure.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate you joining me today. I think a lot of our students that are watching or will be watching have really gotten a better sense of not only Yo and Yo, but some great advice as well. So I really appreciate having you here.
Thank you, Erica.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Friday, and we will see you for our next episode next week. Thank
Take
you.
care, everyone.